Hello. Well, I wasn't going to do many of these, was I? This one's quite special though. This is the Beta 2 of Linux Mint Debian Edition 6, codenamed Faye. I thought I'd have a look at it as an alternative for one of the laptops, bearing in mind that it is Debian based, so I knew it was going to work and I knew it was going to have a nice solid background. This is it, it's a Beta 2 and I'm reliably informed on the Linux Mint blog that the Beta 2 will update into the full release as time goes by. Just via the normal updates that are listed down here, as and when. Okay, so bearing in mind that I am no tech wizard, this is not going to be an in-depth scrutiny of this beta release. It is just me having a look around it, showing you what you get with it. And just basically having a mooch around. So if you want to have a mooch around Linux Mint Debian Edition 6 Faye Beta 2, keep watching, because that's what we're going to do, isn't it? Alright, this is installed on the metal on my HP Pavilion with the Intel Pentium Gold processor and Bang & Olufsen audio, believe it or not. It has a nice little touch screen. This is me touching the screen, dragging a window rather than moving a cursor. I'm sure I would have much rather used a cursor movement. But anyway, when you boot it in the live session, you get this screen and you get an install icon there, and you get greeted by this, welcome to Linux Mint. This will appear every time you boot, unless you tell it not to just there. But this is a vital thing to do every time you install Linux Mint, whether it be Debian or the Ubuntu based one, because it welcomes you, tells you all about it, tells you to have a great time. And it also walks you through your first steps, like changing your desktop colours. Okay, I've not done any of these except for the updates and installed. There was another one here for installing the multimedia codecs, which I've already done. I've also installed OBS Studio, which in turn brought with it VLC Media Player. Everything else is completely vanilla. So we're going to go through this welcome screen first. Desktop colours. First, make yourself at home, choose your favourite colour and whether you prefer a light or a dark desktop theme. So let's have a look at this, desktop colours. Okay, so the style. Oh, by the way, this is the Cinnamon desktop by default, which is based off of GNOME and the GTK 3, or is it 4 maybe now, toolkit. So you can choose your style. It's currently Mint Y. You can choose Mint X, Mint L, high contrast, or good old faithful Adwaita. There can be only one. I'm going to stick with Mint Y. Now the appearance currently is set on mixed. You can have dark or you can have light. Let's go dark. Boom. Ooh, dark. Let's go light. Whoa, light. See, that affects your taskbar as well, you see there. But I'm going to go with dark. Now, these colours refer to, let's open the file manager here. I believe that is the icon and the highlight colours. So the icons are currently kind of orangey yellow, and the menu highlights are grey. So what is that blue then? Let's go to this one here. As you see, the colour on the right affects the colour of your folder icons, and not sure what the colour on the left does. I would think that would be if you're in a light mode, it changes the colour. Where's reload? Reload. Interesting. Maybe it gives them two colours there. No, seems to be the same. So I'm not sure, unless that's the selected colour. No. It could be this bit, the title colour. So let's go to this one. Yeah, it is. So it's dark for the folder and the orange for the title colour. Is that also for these? No, it's just the little bits down the side. Okay, so we'll go back to that one. And yeah, they're blue down the side. This one, light folders, and yeah, there's your dark blue down there. Okay, so that's what they are. I'm going to go for grey. How boring, but you know, it's less of a distraction. While we're here in what it is, Nemo File Manager, just a few things. You've got your menus here, you've got your shortcuts to various places here. Let's see now. If we right click here, can we can pin it, and I believe that will put it over to the left. No, didn't. It's probably already there, isn't it? Can we unpin it? Yeah, there we go. Okay, I guess that means it will go to a certain place in the view. Alright, and you can change the size of your icons here. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Look how tiny they are. We'll stick with the default. Okay, right, so this is the themes. There are advanced settings which give you, you get to choose. It's more visible here. So, there you go. You can change the desktop style from all of those. You can change your icons. If you want to have a different coloured icon, you can have different coloured icons. No problem. Out of the box. Okay, it's all here, basically. And you can add or remove new themes. Look, we're just downloading a list of new themes, or old themes as well. And they're all there. You can download those. New Mix, Cinnamon, Semi-Transparent. Nah. Do you know what? Couldn't leave them be. Okay, so that's your desktop colours. System snapshots. Let's set automatic system snapshots. A minimum of 2 daily and 2 boot snapshots are recommended. If anything breaks, you can then restore your computer to its previous working state. Or you could be careful and back up all the stuff that you need, because this thing takes about 10 minutes to install. So as long as you back up your files, you really don't need this, and I never use it. Ever. The update manager. Okay, I'll launch this now. But like I say, I've already done the updates. The first thing it offers you to do is to localize your repositories. So if you're in Timbuktu, you can choose to install the Mint stuff from the Mint Timbuktu repos, or if you're in Germany, German repos, or America, the US repos. I chose the UK repos because I'm in the UK. As far as the Debian one goes, it kind of remembers where you are from the installer and chooses your Debian repos based on that. It correctly realised that I was in England, Great Britain, and the Debian backend is updating from England, and so is now the Mint stuff. So if you refresh this, it will fetch any changes that have been made, like revised packages and things, and it will list them here and allow you to just do an update. As you see, I'm up to date. I only installed this about 2 hours ago. So that's cool. That's how you do your updates. System settings. Have a look at the system settings and configure your operating system the way you like. Don't hesitate to customize it and make it feel like home. Let's see if I can make it feel like a slum with a leaky roof. Basically, this is where you get controls of all over the Cinnamon desktop and things like your screensaver, your privacy, mouse gestures, extensions to the Cinnamon desktop, how you want to see your notifications, what you want to be notified about, how the windows behave, window tiling, workspaces. Okay, enable workspace on screen display, that's defaulted to on. Allow cycling through workspaces, only use workspaces on primary monitor. Display expo view as a grid, well, I guess that's what it's done. You can have it as a grid where you'll get one of your desktops here, 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 and you could just switch around them. I've currently only got one desktop, so you can add more or less. And you've got your hot corners. This is pretty cool. None of these are enabled by default, but if I enable, say, the top left corner, I can tell it to show all workspaces, show all windows, show the desktop, or run a command. So if I have show all windows and then open something up, again this, minimize it down and go kapow, there you go, this is what happens. There you see on the bottom right is my OBS studio, there is the welcome screen, there is the system settings for the hot corners, and there is our little file manager, so you can just choose which one from there. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Okay, so yeah, that's enabled. I do like to have that one up there. It's convenient, especially as I'm now used to using GNOME, and that's where I go when I want to invoke the menu. Okay, so that's your system settings. Your software manager. This is there are about 60,000 applications available. Linux Mint comes with the bare minimum to get you started. The software manager is there if you're looking for more. Now, before I launch this, let's have a look what it comes with to start with. Okay, let's go through accessories. You get an archive manager for unzipping, unraring, or whatever. You get a calculator. Oh, you can use that to actually create zips and RARs as well. You get a calculator for doing your little math calculations and stuff. You've got your character map, which is for inserting special characters into documents. You've got the GNOME disk utility, which is indispensable if you're going to use this operating system as a day-to-day one, and you might find yourself burning new ISO files to USB sticks. This is your thing. This will DD them without any pain. You've got a document viewer for viewing multi-page documents, so I guess that's a PDF reader. You've got a file renamer. I'm not sure what the point of that is, considering you can right-click on an icon on a folder and you can rename them that way. Don't know. Files, okay, so this is your file manager again. You've got a simple image viewer. You've got notes. You've got the onboard on-screen keyboard. Listing and archiving of your passwords and keys. You've got Redshift by default, so that you can stop your eyes getting tired if you work long hours and you want the screen to get dimmer as the lights come on in your room and stuff. It's pretty good. So that works by the time of day. The later into the evening it gets, the more lights you're going to have on, so the dimmer the screen goes, so that you're not blinding yourself, you're not getting retina burn. You can take a screenshot. There's a text editor, USB image writer, which does the same thing really that Disks does, but Disks does so much more. But this, I guess you can use. I wouldn't. USB stick formatter. Sometimes USBs become unreadable when you burn certain ISOs. I've known it to happen with a few cases, but I've always managed to recover them using GNOME disks and gparted, which is a partition editor. Apparently this does the same job in one mouse click, and it will basically recover your USB stick for you if it's not physically knackered. Another virtual keyboard, Warpinator, send and receive files across the network. Apparently this is for syncing multiple instances on multiple machines of your Linux Mint. Alright, under graphics, you've got a document scanner. You've got drawing, which is a simple drawing program, and it's a bitmap drawing program rather than a vector one. And you've got Pix, which is for viewing and organising your images. I wonder if this will pick any up. I've put some music in the music folder. Let's see if it's picked up the covers. Not currently. So let's go to the home folder. Go into music. This one. Yeah, there we go. So there's the covers and so on. So can I view this? Yeah, there you go. Okay. Pretty good, useful. I like the tree directory structure on the left there. Really easy to find your way around your computer to look for that elusive image. Okay. Alright, so then we get to the internet, where we've got the Firefox web browser, HexChat for internet chat, Thunderbird for your email, Transmission as your BitTorrent client, and web apps. Run websites as if they were apps. Now, is this like what was developed by the Peppermint gang? I believe it probably is. You can choose an icon, a name, which browser to open with, and yeah, you just basically put a name for it, stick the URL in there, give it an icon. Well, you can only choose that one at the minute, but there are others, so I guess you get your list of emojis or things, emblems, so forth. Yeah, loads of different things. So yeah, I guess it works like ICE SSB from Peppermint. Let's cancel that. I don't think I'll use that ever. Close that down. That's under Internet. Under Office, we get Calendar for making notes of your appointments and bookings and so forth, and to remind yourself when you're going on holiday. Stuff like that. Library, recent and favourite documents. That's interesting. Okay, you get LibreOffice and you get Base, Calc, Draw, Impress and Math. And Writer. It's the full Monty. And there's your Start Center, so you launch this and you can choose whatever document for whichever part of the Office program you need. So if you make a spreadsheet, you go here, find your spreadsheet and it'll open in Calc. Formulas, go here, find your formula, it'll open in Math. CV, go here and it will open in LibreOffice Writer. It's the full Monty. A lot more distros are using the whole lot now. Quite often though, you wouldn't get LibreOffice Base or you wouldn't get LibreOffice Math. You get Impress, Draw, Calc and Writer, generally speaking. Which is fair enough because they are the most commonly used ones by most people. However, now, the size that ISOs have grown to, there's no point leaving the odd bit out. You might as well put the whole lot in. So they do. So there we go. Under Sound and Video, Celluloid for watching your movies and videos, Hypnotics for streaming online TV. Oh yeah, not bad. You need to be on a good connection though, otherwise it'll stall. Now OBS Studio, as I've said, I've installed that and it brought with it VLC Media Player. So the music player is Rhythmbox and it works just fine. Now I don't know whether it was me or not, but I imported a load of music files and they didn't show up until I logged out and logged back in again. That might just be a bug for this beta, or it might be just a thing. It might have just needed to refresh, and logging out and logging back in does that. I thought it was because a lot of them were FLAC files, so I went to the software manager here and installed the FLAC codecs and everything. Free lossless audio compression is what FLAC stands for, and I thought it needed that sort of support. Possibly did, possibly didn't. I didn't test it without. But they're all there now and they all play. FLACs, MP3s, OGs, OGGs, yeah, OGG audio files. Okay, so yeah, OBS Studio and VLC you don't get by default, but you can install really easy from here. Don't bother installing that one separately because it comes in with this one. Alright, under administration, you get a backup tool, you get your disk usage analyzer, you get to change some settings for your login window, you get to view your logs in case there's crashes and things like that. There probably won't be. You get to look at your power statistics, get to audit your print settings, change them or whatever. Shortcut to your software manager, which is here. Your software sources. You also get Synaptic Package Manager, which if you're an old hand at Linux, particularly Debian based ones or Ubuntu based ones, you're probably used to the Synaptic Package Manager and will probably prefer it, as I do, to the bespoke ones that come with the distros. You've got your system monitor. I'm not going to click this because I'm recording the screen and that uses a lot of resources, but I will tell you this, and hold on to your hats. This is not what you would call a lightweight OS. Post-install with very little running, it was logging 1.4 gigs. Now bearing in mind we're using Wi-Fi, we're using Bluetooth, we're using all sorts of things. You've got the updater running in the background, you've got all sorts of daemons running away in the background which are bulking out that RAM usage. You can slim it down if you know how. I'm not going to bother because they're all useful and the RAM is there to be used. I used to be really picky about lightweight systems, but what is the point of memory if it isn't getting used, right? And even though it seems like a lot of memory is being used, a lot of that is just cached memory, which is being held back just in case a program wants to use it. And it will be available to other ones if needed anyway. So it's not showing you can't use this much RAM. It's saying this is how much is being used at the minute. It's not crucial to the running of it. Here's your system reports, your terminal for doing all the slinky little wizardry in the command line. And there is a YouTube downloader on this, and it doesn't appear in the menus. It is a command line one. So let's click it here. I'll just arrow up. Ooh. Now how do we make this bigger? View. Zoom in. Control and plus. Right, we'll do this. If I can find me plus. Oh, that ain't it. Boom. That's amazing. That's what you get from having no keypad here. Alright. Let's zoom in here. Okay, so I'm going to arrow up to get to my previous commands. Okay, now it's YT-DLP, and if you want to know how to use it, you type YT-DLP space -- help, and it gives you all this information about switches and the formatting of how you tell it what file to download. Quite often you will probably just need to type, scroll all the way up, this is the man file, this tells you all how it has to be used, but you don't need most of this. For everyday things it will just be YT-DLP space and then the URL of the video, the unique resource locator or web address. So yeah, that's that. It's pretty neat. I only noticed it was there because it appeared in the updates. They don't shout about it. So I hope it weren't a secret. Where did we get to? So there's all your preferences as well. Accessibility stuff, like if you need a screen reader and things like that. Your account details, advanced network configuration, applets. Now these are things that you can add on to Cinnamon, whether they appear on the screen or in the taskbar. But here's what the important thing is that everyone must know about. Backgrounds. Right? Not everyone's going to want... I'm going to close this now. Not everyone's going to want a black background, are they? You might want something a bit prettier. Well, these are the default ones for Linux Mint. They're all pretty monochrome-y. Yeah, actually that's quite nice. But it's pea green. Pea green. This one's been around since the year dot. But you don't just get these ones. You get ones from previous releases of the Ubuntu versions. So this is pretty nice. Oh, a frozen bubble. That's pretty neat. A winding road through the forest. That's kind of cool as well. Picture of it somewhere in Indonesia. Looks really nice, doesn't it? Yeah, so there's mountains of them. So you get all of these ones from Mint Vanessa. You get these ones from Mint Vera. Loads and loads and loads. This is the most recent Mint Ubuntu version, Victoria. You get the wallpapers from there as well. Nice, there's plenty of choice. Plenty of choice. That's kind of nice. Dubai. Vietnam. Yeah, so lots and lots and lots and lots, plenty to choose from, but you can always add your own, because all you have to do is add a directory here and point it to your pictures folder or something like that, and that's just as good, isn't it? I'm going to go back to, which was it? Which one was it? This one, wasn't it? Yeah, I'm going to go back to that one just for the time being. So yeah, Linux Mint Debian Edition 6 Faye, and this is the beta 2, and following the normal update path, this will morph into the final release as well. So hope you enjoyed this clunky look around. But before we go, oh, I've got to zoom in again, haven't I? God. Yeah. What's the kernel? Damn it all. Okay, so it's the 61012 AMD64 preemptive dynamic Debian kernel from the 7th of September. And so there you go. Linux Mint LMDE 6 Faye with the Debian 12 Bullseye backend. Okay. Thanks very much for watching. Catch you in another video. Probably won't be Linux, but I'll keep my hand in, right? All the best and be good.